Well, good evening, guys. It's Friday. We really bust hined in, and we got a pretty good sized job completed up in Lincoln County area. It wasn't very far from the shop. I live in Cabell County, and my shop's in Cabell County. But we was working just up the road there a little piece. So anyway, just got a text message from my buddy at Stone's Trucking that said Biden is making it mandatory for everybody to get vaccines by October or something or other. Yeah. Good luck with that. In the new shop, I'm going to flip him around here and kind of let you take a look and see how we got everything hooked up and let you see what Poppy is going to be doing tomorrow. All right. So we got, I don't think I've made a video since we got the new shop completed, but they're actually coming back. This is a 12-foot door. This is a 14-foot door. Now, the reason why I had this built this way was this was to deter me, as well as other people, of not bringing equipment in this door. Because this door opens up, and you all can see out there, that you're looking at is the dirt office. And I didn't want equipment unloaded and loaded up all the time between the shop and the dirt office, because Miss K would end up being in the mud. So, but we got everything going. We recycled the paint cabinet, brought it down here. I just gave a little bit of paint and stuck it up there, and I built that little workbench underneath it just to kind of make it look better. I've been buying a lot of tools here lately. I bought a new drill press. I had this, and I was wanting to look at that the other day. 135, okay. And I recycled my welding table, or my heavy workbench. I recycled it. I'm gonna get me a piece of plate and put on top of it and bolt it down. That way I've got a metal surface instead of a plywood surface. But we don't do a whole bunch, but we do enough that we validate needing that. We got 16-foot ceilings. All of our lights are in. All of our lights are working. And I got this little 450 back in the early part of the year. They had a good deal on them. They have about, at the time, I think they had about 9 of these. And this was, I missed out on one deal. I really wished I'd have bought the other one, but this was the second best when I bought it. And a good friend of mine with Brumfield Mobile Home Mover, Appalachian Mobile Home Movers, he kind of helps me validate buying this thing, because Miss K about had a fit whenever I come home with this. So I had to validate it by saying that my buddy Chunk was going to help me pay for it by using it to move mobile homes with. Well, so we put this hitch. This is a mobile home moving hitch. This hitch actually travels up and down, and it lets you move a house. And man, it is the cat's meow when it comes to moving houses, Chunk says. But we had my brother, he fabricated his plate, and we welded, well, we didn't, he did. He welded all this together, and my brother's a excellent welder, excellent fabricator. I'd be lost without my brother, I can tell you that. I'd be lost without my friends, and I'd be lost without my oldest brother. But anyway, we just kind of got it cobbled and hobbled. We haven't actually, I had to get it to where we could use it. He brought it in here, and we got it, got hoses coming through this cage, and they drop down in that hole up there. And then how I did it was we unhooked 2 lines on the spool, and then I just hooked the hitch into it, and then whenever you wiggled your valve to make your blade go, tilt, it works the hitch. And that was how we used it for a few days until I had some time. So we're actually going to put an auxiliary fourth function on this. Now, we're not going to do it right now. I'm tired, I'm ready to go home, but I wanted to kind of do a little video here getting started on this tonight, and then tomorrow I'm going to sit in on it. But take this plate comes off, and you basically add another valve onto this, and then you put the cap back on, and then your valve, I guess it bolts up into here, and then the lever sticks through, and it's for a ripper is what it's actually for. It's a ripper valve. But I'm going to tackle that tomorrow while it's supposed to pour the rain, and I'm going to tackle this tomorrow. But we're also going to change the PTO out on the green and white tractor. I bought a all brand new valve here, and what do you know, I bought this tower to mount it, and this tower won't fit this valve. So kind of screwed the pooch on that, didn't we? But here's the big valve. That's the business end of it. There's all kinds of parts. I mean, it's crazy the amount of stuff that comes with this project. We won't even use these. We'll just put them in the pile with the rest of them. But anyway, that is what I'm getting ready to tackle tomorrow. And he's a top notch. He's a top notch buddy of mine. So I can't not. This was just something. I mean, we'll use it too, but I mean, he says this is nice. So you guys stay tuned for this, and we'll get it tomorrow. Okay. At the start of this project, when I was going through it last night, I got to noticing that they forgot a couple fittings to include in the system. It come with this. This is a pressure relief valve, and this is just a plug. This was an extra plug. This plug goes in the bottom. Whenever this mounts onto the spool, there's two fittings that's supposed to screw into here. I'll show you that. To hook these lines up, which these two lines go back over here, and these two are hitch, and they'll actually plug in. Well, they forgot to include these fittings that screw inside to that. So lucky for me, it's a trip to Leslie's we go. So I'm going to get us a little something. Gotta be there's a bag. We'll put these in a bag. That way we know what thread to have. Then we'll make our way up. I checked the weather, and the weather ain't supposed to be any better until after. And I don't like to drive my hot rod when it's raining, but we're gonna drive the hot rod because I'm tired of. I thought it won't be too much longer. We ain't gonna be able to drive the hot rod because this stuff's gonna be snow. Boy, I tell you what, that's a cold rain now. It's a cold rain. All right, we got the valve out of there. It was kind of a bear. Still got a little bit of a drip. I stuffed some rags up in there and some black tape, and it slowed it down tremendously. So hopefully we can get this done, get it back together before too long. Didn't have a whole lot of fluid leakage, but I had a little bit. John Deere didn't have them valves that we needed that went here. I went to my local case dealer just down the street from my John Deere dealer. I used to do a lot of business with them, State Equipment. And Lee up at State Equipment, man, he done me a good job. And he made me these things up, and I'm pretty confident they're gonna work. They tighten down good and tight, and they got a seal right there. I think they're gonna work. They're not like probably what's supposed to be in it, but it's just an adapter and it hooks our hoses up to it. So hopefully that works. We got the valve off. We've actually got to take these 3 bolts out, take this part off, put this part here, and then put this part back on the other side of here. So repeat that. 3 bolts, take them out, take one at a time out, then you put your pins back in. That way it don't get all loose on you. Take this part off, slide this part here, and then put this part back on the other side. So it shouldn't be too bad, hopefully. Let's break into it. It also appears that there's different sizes. So you're gonna have 2 of one size and 1 of another. And basically all they are, they're just longer. They're just because you're gonna add another bank to it. And I guess probably ought to pay attention to what end's what. So I took this end out of here. It's got a longer thread than this side, so probably just pay attention to what you're doing. I think from the way I read that, you're supposed to just kind of replace one at a time. That way you don't lose all your bank. All right, folks, we got him. Old buddy Cass McMillan there, he stopped in and I put him to work. We got him all put back together, got everything hooked up. We had to do some adjusting on it. Had a small leak right there. I tightened it up, then I tightened it up too much. But yeah, she works. Slight problem, but I'll fix it tomorrow. I just now realized that I've got 2 of these daggone lines mixed up. I got these crossed. I don't know how I did that, but I did, by golly. So I'll have to fix that tomorrow, but I think I can get in there and fix it. I got to put this one and this one over on this spool, and this one, and that one comes over here. I don't know how I did that. Oh well, she's all in there. Okay, everything looks to be pretty good and dry. I don't really like these lines, but I've got some garments over there. I think I can probably make it pads right there. That kind of suck it together. And this oil right here, that's what we've been working on it. like Chump said, he said, you know, it'll be a little slow. He said once we get some weight on it, he said it'll go up and down a lot faster. But I think all in all, I think she turned out pretty good. I switched these lines back around on the blade controller, and I sprayed it down with brake cleaner to get it all cleaned up. Got all the oil off. I had to drill a hole right here to put this bolt in. I need to go to the bolt store. My bolt inventory's down, but the control valve, it turned out great. Where I had to heat that up with a torch and rebend this because it wasn't made for an H or a J model. It was made for a K model, and but it's not straight up and down like it's supposed to. It's kind of tilted forward, but that's okay. That'll keep you from, it'll be out of the way whenever you're using the blade. You just kind of got to reach your arm a little more farther forward, and of course down. That shoves the hitch down, and you pull back on it, and it brings the hitch up. Once it's, and if it's got fluid building, or if it's got motors running, it'll fall down as you want it to. I'll throw that away because they don't used to have that. But all in all, man, I think she turned out nice. Got it all put back together, and we had to turn the seat up and take the floor and everything out. Man, it was a bear. It was a big old bag of bear poo. So, but we got him, and she is ready for you, Chump. Ready for us to start moving some trailers. A little more efficient. He's used it a couple times, I think, and he says, "Man, it's the berries." So, thank y'all for watching, and don't forget to like us and share.